Let's pretend I'm a games industry recruiter and I have 50 portfolios to review by lunchtime. It means you're probably going to get about 10 seconds per portfolio. Now, if you submit your portfolio to me and I land on your homepage, if I see a giant splash screen with your logo and a big enter button, you've already lost me. I don't want to click enter. I want to see your work. So that's strike one. If I click on projects and I see a bunch of thumbnails listed like Project Alpha, Blue Sky, Test, I have no idea what these are. Are they games? Are they assets? Are they tech demos? If I have to click on them to find out, that's strike two. Now, to get a good portfolio built, it's as much about UX design as well. The homepage needs to be the work. The thumbnails are GIFs that can clearly show me gameplay without instantly clicking. The labels need to tell me exactly what you've done here. Is it a game? Did you do the level design here? Stuff like that. I need to know exactly what this person was doing and has done before I even click or scroll at all. Make it impossible for me to miss your skills. Don't make me click, don't make me scroll, just tell me straight away in those first 10 seconds. Hello everyone, I am Piers Jukeblock, and I am in fact not a games industry recruiter. I am a games industry producer, and today we're going to be talking about how you can build a brilliant portfolio that's going to land you that job that you want. The biggest red flag I see in a lot of portfolios is a lack of context. You can put a beautiful looking game on your portfolio, but without context, I don't know what you did on that project, how long you were on that project, any of your contributions at all. As a result, you should always include like a context block around your portfolio as well, saying what your contribution was. Did you do the art, do the level design? Which levels did you do the level design in? That kind of thing. You can't just say, I worked on the game. You have to say, I wrote the inventory system. I designed the second level. Something like that that gives me the context, and maybe I've already played the game, the actual hands-on knowledge of, oh man, I really liked the level design in level 2. It was awesome. Yes, I want to bring that person in for an interview. It should be very specific because the recruiter will need that specification to take to the management or the hiring manager for the role. So take credit for the work you've done. One portfolio mistake I see all the time is people showing off the final renders of the game and nothing else. I get it. You want to show the most beautiful finished version of the game. However, game development, you don't work on the finished final version of the game until the very last drop, at which point you're done. The work is done. So if you're trying to figure out how somebody makes a game, you need to see the stages they take to get to the final finished version of their game. If you're an artist, show me what you started with. Show me the concept. Show me how you blocked it out. Show me your first version. Show me your final version. Show me those stages. If you're a designer or engineer, the art might actually be getting in the way of showing off your work in general. Show me your gray boxes. Show me what you started working with and how you built it up. Showing the process proves you're a problem solver, not just a decorator. A senior or lead position, when they look at you, wants to know how you think and how you go about solving issues. So make sure you can communicate that going into an interview, or even better on the portfolio itself. Maybe different visuals that show these different stages, maybe a video that goes through everything would be perfect. So let's talk a little more specific, shall we? We'll talk about the programmer's portfolio first, what that might look like. And a lot of the time, it's going to be a GitHub, right? Everybody understands that GitHub is the place to go, check out somebody's code. However, as an interviewer, as a recruiter, they're not going to sit there and download your repo and then compile it on Unity or Unreal. I'm sorry, that's just not going to happen. What they're going to do is they're going to read your readmes there. So please, please, please make sure your readmes are good quality for a recruiter, somebody non-technical to read that can guide them in the right direction and show them what they want to see. For artists, it's a bit more about ArtStation. We all understand ArtStation is the main place for art portfolios, and we've already touched on it previously a little bit, where it's just take me through the stages of your artwork from concept to the final design. There is so much work that goes in. So please show me that work. You might be the concept artist. That's great. You can show different phases of your concept art. You might be the character artist. Show me what the concept team came up with, where you took it, and its final version in the game. You might be an animator. Show me what you got delivered and how you worked on that. Animation's a very nice, easy gray box visual thing to show off, and then show it in the game again. Tons of ways for artists to show off very easy portfolio work. Designers are in a bit more of a tricky state because how do you show off documentation? A lot of the work for designers is documentation. How do you make that interesting and fun to show off? That's a really good question. One thing I will recommend against is uploading game design documents. Not a lot of companies will have one massive game design document anymore. Just doesn't really happen. Nobody wants to open a PDF that's 20 pages long to filter for the thing they want to see. What they tend to use is more dedicated pages for the resources they're looking for. And that's what you can show off in your portfolio. Take a feature from the game, maybe show it off in a GIF or a video, and then maybe that information you would put into a game design document for that specific feature, just copy that across. Bam, that's one sheet that's got a nice interactive video for people to watch that shows the final element, and you're writing about how that works, essentially. Very good stuff. And one final note for all disciplines portfolios, try and avoid uploading the big flashy trailer that you make for your video games. If you do, please state what you did in that trailer specifically, because otherwise I'm just going to assume it's a bit of a puff piece. Like I didn't do anything in here. It's just showing off the game in its final form, in which case it shouldn't really be in a portfolio. Doesn't really tell me anything about the work you did. But if you did do something on it, state that. Say, hey, I made this trailer, or I made the characters in this trailer, or something like that. Please, please, please do not take credit for other people's work. If you're found out to be taking credit for other people's work, you're probably going to get blacklisted, and then you won't get hired anyway, because people talk, stuff goes round in the industry. It's very small. So don't take that chance. You'll get figured out. Let's talk about me pages as well. I know some people still like to include about me sections on their website. I have it as well. These can be tricky because I know it's tempting to write about yourself from a personal perspective. So many people say, hey, I love video games. I'm super passionate about video games. I've been playing video games since I was 10. Well, everybody in the video games industry has that same line. It's kind of fluff. It doesn't differentiate you in any way. I would recommend removing anything like that, simply because everybody has that story. It doesn't set you apart in any way. You should still come at this from a professional point of view. After all, this is still on an application to get a job. So as a hiring manager, I need to get this information and understand why you'd be a valuable addition to my team. So if you're saying, hey, I love playing Zelda when I was 5 years old, not really relevant to the job anymore. However, if you say, I love mentoring junior staff members in my spare time, I love organizing game dev meetups, I love solving problems in C++, stuff like that, that is additional to your current work experience and makes me want to hire you more than a personal story about when you were 5 years old. Please remember that your portfolio is never finished. It's a living document that needs to be continually updated. Number one, with new projects you are working on, whether that's professional or personal. And number two, because it can always be better. You can always keep updating. You can always make the design of the website better. You can always make how you get information across clearer and more efficient. So you always need to be doing that. I've had it in the past where certain people have applied to a role months, maybe even years later with me. I rejected their portfolio the first time and they hadn't updated it for the second application. So of course I'm going to reject them again. You need to show me that you've taken on my feedback and that you've tried to improve your portfolio. Now, all that said, I do offer portfolio reviews and one-to-one coaching. So if you do fancy me looking over your portfolio personally, there will be a link in the description to book a meeting with me and we can go over it one-to-one. So feel free to do that. Please also post your portfolios in the comments below so everybody else can take a look as well. It's great to get feedback. It's one of the core things I always preach. Get feedback on your work as well, because that's a great way to make it better, get people to feedback on it. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.